it up. You know, you just step in, hit them, and then step around and maybe get that lucky pick or two. What are some of the, like, I know that you play on a much higher level than I do. I'm not even going to try to argue that one. What are some of the techniques that people are looking for whenever they're running with breach? Like, how do you communicate the best way to move that forward?
I mean, it heavily depends on obviously how that entry fragger role is utilized. And again, it's very situational, which is why I think obviously Haven's a good example of where breach can really be utilized well. So we'll have to see how it progresses through this map. As you can see, we're into the pistol round now. Bit of a slow start to this. Got a fairly default spread across here. Nobody really giving too much away in mid.
Setting up. Looks like they're prepping out the breach. Going to use that as a step around, but not going to be able to get too much out of it just quite yet based off the positioning for it. You can see high ground placement coming up for Link. Being very patient on this one, waiting to see how it comes through. Does get the wall out to deny a little bit of movement forward. As far as pistol rounds go, you can see everybody's still making very measured approach, but it's going to be off in the distance. Looks like the crew is all together and starting to make their push across the side of it.
Yeah, and the Owl drone going down just to take a quick peek on long, but you can see there's already a stack up on sewers here. Dark cover is down, and here you go. The entry's going to come on here. Soulcast's got a massive job ahead of him. He's actually going to fall very early on here. See now the guys setting up for a potential retake here. Going to be a 4v5 situation for the guys on fish123. You see an aftershock ready. Scream up towards heaven. Now you're going to see, here you go. They're going to burst out of Link here. Cybercade's going to get popped. That's going to break some vision possibilities. But actually going to shut down from hell. Now actually, you can see the trades going massively in the favor of Prodigy, and they're going to shut down that retake pretty much immediately. Really nice hold from them there.
Everybody just seemed to funnel through into one position. Everybody coming back around from the defender's side spawn. And it was just a nice setup and quick play right around those boxes off of it to defend up the spike. So now moving into the next phase, looks like not a lot coming out yet as far as just getting a couple of SMGs to work with, but that's about it. No real big expenditures coming in just quite yet.
No, and the second round, I mean, for some teams, it's always a gamble of forcing up, but you see Pipson pop a little flashpoint out the mid window there. Link set up with the judge inside double doors. Not sure if he's going to find any contact there. As we're going to see a couple of Prodigy players stack up towards A long. You see actually Soulcast as well set up with the judge ready to hold sewers, and Eccles on site. He's going to put dark cover down. Going to break some sight lines onto long. We're going to see them force the issue here.
Yeah, taking it slow and steady as it looks like most of the aggression is starting to spread out across the map. It's slowly starting to creep its way back over towards that seaside. Done the feelers out, so now starting to get an idea, okay, this might be our approach angle. But off on the side of this, it should be noted that there is a Cypher just sitting there waiting, going to have the capabilities to get a little bit of information. Reinforcements now coming back over to C as well. So here comes the push back around long, but it's a little bit of a bait around the other side of it as Cypher and Chihuahua starting to make a play off the side of it, seeing if maybe he can pull some aggro across the angle. Starting to see a couple of flashes come through, but it's going to be Cryptics just holding the line up, getting the shots up, but the Sage Wall is going to come through, allowing them to make the play off the side of it. Now it all switches back over towards Link. Has a little bit of an idea what's going on. Here's the footsteps, steps around, gets some shots back over towards the spike. Nice connection off of it. Gonna try to follow it up and coming up big yet again.
Yeah, he's going to find two there. Now, last one again. Interesting range for the judge there, but going to switch over to the classic. Clean that one up perfectly. That's 3 on the round right now for Link as Pipson will fall. 10 seconds left on the clock. And actually, he's going to... Ooh, Chihuahua actually going to find him. Come out through connector there. Chihuahua also getting 3 on the round. Again, nice turnaround there, but the... I guess the force up from fish123 probably worthwhile in terms of damage to the economy.
Nice bit of play right next to the box, and he was hanging out there for so long. He was very patient with it, allowed them to move through. Start to see now we're moving into the next round as everybody's starting to make their feel out, and it looks like they might be eyeing a push back over towards A. The defenders are all kind of playing back over towards B as well. No surprise on that. It's very easy to rotate towards the other locations and go for retakes.
Well, I think we're probably just going to see a mid stack here. Obviously, the guys, not too much in terms of equipment here, but didn't find anything out of window yet. And Prodigy not really giving anything away. So not really an excuse to push through this. Soulcast still set up on a sign. He's actually going to get a bit of company through sewers here. They're actually going to push through the dark cover. I think Soulcast just spotted there, but misses a couple of sheriff shots, and he's going to... Oh, okay. That's fine. One pips him more forward. He gets traded out by Chihuahua. CyberK's going down to cover Link, and actually Neural Theft going to get popped here, so they're going to get all the information, Matt.
Nice play to set up. Full take on this one. Scream's got the high ground, playing up around heaven, trying to figure out how he wants to handle. He's got the pistol to work with, so he's going to have to connect with some really good shots. While Cryptix is playing back on the other side of this, trying to eye out a potential retake, taking the shots back through the cage, but not going to connect with anything just quite yet. Looks like it's full on patience setting up. It's going to be the breach going for the play off the start of it, trying to make the play around the angle, stepping through, but it's going to be defense off of hell, connecting on one, but it's going to be a walkthrough. Now starting to be able to get the repositions off around the spike, stepping up and forward. Got to be very careful onto it, but look at the spray. It's going to go down just in time, and that is a quick pickup.
Yeah, fantastic retake there from the guys, actually running the clock down a little bit, but as soon as they got in there, as soon as they got contact on hell, they just swarmed through, and unfortunately ended up coming down to two 3v1s there from the peak from sewers, but good retake from the boys nonetheless. And again, they will get their first round on the board, and actually that's on the back of an eco round, so going to be interesting to see now Prodigy are able to get anything going in terms of equipment, but there should be a round going over to fish123 unless there's a massive upset here, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the tools to work with right now. They've got the amount of control that they wanted to inflict onto this one. I like the aggressive step out, trying to pick up one early, and it's going to pay off. Now got to be careful, seeing if they can spot out one, can pick up two, make it three. Good play coming out in this mid-game, trying to go for the fourth, but is going to go down. But there's a quick follow-up back behind it. Looks like the defenders have this one firmly in their control, and they're just going to walk that one out, pick it up, and the round goes over to them.
We love the eco frags feed. Yeah, just waltzing down mid with a phantom there, but it's some nice shots nonetheless. And now we have our first matchup, I guess, in terms of economy. Our first kind of equal playing field here. You can see Scream, fantastic peek down mid here, and no real chance with the equipment on the other guys, but finds himself a couple of juicy eco frags.
They just all lined up for that angle, and it was just death upon death line there. Looks like we're going to move in, trying to get a little bit more information moving into this one. I don't want to step around just too quickly, but going to pick up a very early kill onto it, turning this into a 4v5 off the start. Looks like it's going to be a push back down long. It's going to have to be very careful with it. Soulcast playing this one pretty casually off the side, but Chihuahua's made a name for himself so far. He's been quite strong moving forward. Everybody's starting to get that lineup down long. Looks like they're switching out, getting the weapon set. But once that sky smoke dissipates, that might be the go signal.
Yeah, there you go. Flashpoint actually popped through, and actually Rolling Thunder going to get invested here. Double Flashpoint. Actually, the Rolling Thunder sent over towards long there. No real contact just yet. And there you go. Cryptix going to shut one down from back plat. See now, he's going to slow down here. Nobody really pushing to deal with Cryptix now, but kill does go over to the defensive spawn here. A second one goes over. Cryptix will find his third as well. Just one player left down in the cubby on long, and it's going to be Lazar with the operator. See if we can get anything done here. Dark cover going to cut off some sight lines for him, but he's opted to try and push through here.
Slowly making his way forward, seeing if maybe he can spot out something creeping this one out. Looks like Vince has an idea on how this is going to play through. On the other side of it, reposition starting to abound. We got Sova capabilities to work with. Or Jet, sorry, looking off to the side of this one, now starting to make their way across. But you can see this is very slow and measured. These two are about to peek around at roughly the same time, spot each other. It's just going to be an aim duel right around this box, depending on how the line of sight comes out for it. Follow through is going to come up. Nice pick up there. Luza gets the connection onto it. That's going to give a little bit more space to work with, but just retreating back over next to defender spawn. And it's just going to be about trying to survive this one out.
Yeah, and again, just going to keep the operator on the play here, but fantastic play from back plat here by Cryptix. Again, just waiting so long, being so patient. And again, teammates not overextending to obviously force the push onto site there, but really nice shutdown on the push there. And Lazar just in a position where, again, not really advisable to push through the dark cover because he knows he's going to have two sets of eyes on him immediately. So opting to save that one. Looks like we're going to get a flashpoint out of mid window here. We get some contact onto B site. There you go.
Like the idea behind the play. See if you can do the step out, get a quick pick off of it, but not going to connect just quite yet. Now it's just about measured information. Nobody making the pushes back over towards either side. Everybody's just trying to make their information gathering for the attack over towards B itself.
See Eccles holding down double doors here. Again, equipment not great, but they're probably going to try and play around the operator. Dark cover going to get sent out probably onto, actually that one goes all the way to cover sewers over on A. Oh, did he spot him there? I'm not sure if he just saw the barrel of a gun, but dark cover going to go down. That's going to Laza back further down mid, and you can see Link's just going to play around the wall here, but it will expire. So again, we know that there's probably a second flashpoint to come through. He's got to be careful here.
Playing in the high ground position, everybody knows to expect an angle from this point, so Link's just trying to bait it out a little bit more, trying to get a little bit more information, but has to be cautious. Like this, throw out the slow, should be able to line him up. Link's going to lose all vision off of the flash, though. Liz is going to start making his push up into this. Looks like B is starting to go firmly into the attacker's favor. Going to go ahead and start setting up for the spike. Off the side of it, it's going to be Scream going for the spray into the sky smoke. Not going to be able to get much out of it. Soulcast just tapping out the ultimate across the side, seeing if he connects as well. Nothing really doing a lot of damage just quite yet, but the counter breach off of the push. Gonna stop that one dead in its tracks, and it's just about buying more space. The attackers really, really want this right now. There's a lot of utility being used to try to hold this out.
Yeah, I love the push there from Prodigy coming through, but Soulcast going to find Jerome on the way in. Chihuahua with the operator going to shut that down. Cryptic's finding two at backside here. Just one player remaining. Scream will find the headshot. As easy as you like, but I love the aggression there from Prodigy. Absolutely trying to push through and clear through a Link for the Rolling Thunder. Unfortunately, got shut down there. Scream, fantastic use of the aftershock and the flashpoint actually to peel all the way back and allow his teammates to get an entry through from the back of B-Link here. He's Soulcast trying that first one. Double peak. Backside too strong. Cryptix picks himself up. Two weak enemies. Really nice retake again there. Cryptix actually getting himself up to 10-2. Had a couple of really nice rounds already, Matt.
10-2. Nothing to be sad about inside of that one. He is performing up for his team right now, and he is doing a lot of the defense of C all by his lonesome. See, it looks like Pipson's making a look back over towards A. Going to have a little bit of a stall come out as utility comes flying back that direction. Holding back over towards A long. Soulcast is going to spot it out. Going to go ahead and pick up two. Now it's about how we're going to see the reposition off of it.
No. Oh, no, he didn't see Laza.
Didn't spot it out. So on the other side of this, Soulcast is still holding it down. Gonna have to be careful. Finally gets taken down off of this one. So gonna get a little bit of opening back over towards A. But at what cost at this point? Good pickup coming up from Eccles. Now we can see if defenders are starting to make the reposition off to the side of it. It's going to be Sage up on Heaven, looking back down towards everything that's coming through. On the other side of it, there's going to be an Omen trying to defend this one up. Jerome can't quite make his push inside with Brimstone just quite yet. He's trying to get a feel for what's going on. Knows the fact that he could find himself in a little bit of trouble all by his lonesome. Starting to creep down the side. Looks like he's going to go ahead and call in a couple more Sky Spokes to get a little bit of extra work, maybe buy a little bit more space, but going to step around the side of it. Not going to get anything out of it. Nice pickup.
That no-scope from Eccles was absolutely disgusting. I'm hoping that's the replay they're about to roll. If production know what's up, they're about to roll that replay. I'm hoping. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Here we go. Finds the first one. Luzza as he jumps up onto the crate. Oh, so clean. Love to see that. Absolutely love to see that.
All right, so let's see how we're looking at with it. All utility and purchase starting to come through. We got Eccles on the other side with the big boy gun. He's got the offset and ready to go. The other side of this, you can see it's still going to be Cryptix, still holding down. Nice position off to the side of it. Still holding next to that box. That seems to be his de facto defense. Slow creeping up and forward. Going to go ahead and looks like throw out the wall, buying a little bit more space, slowing down the push back down towards C long. Nice read onto that one. Now they're going to have to figure out how they're going to make this. Looks like they're just going to opt into destroying it, shooting it down, making the approach on that, not pulling too far. Well, I was going to say not pulling away yet, but looks like they decided, we've been revealed. The whole time this is going on, there's a Sova that's starting to creep up back along this line. Might step around the side of it. Yeah, that's going to be Soulcast. Going ahead and picking up two. Law does get a return shot back over towards it, but now it's going to be what are the attackers going to do? How are they going to respawn based off of it?
Yeah, and that push from Soulcast again, once the information's there that nobody's pressuring through sewers or A long, Again, they just got all the freedom. With Scream making it all the way to window as well. He's going to get all of these audio cues. And these guys lurking outside garden here. Don't think he's going to opt to go too aggressive now. Maybe just find 1 or 2 kills from the back. And you can see they're pushing towards double doors. But he might actually just get spotted there. He's going to find a headshot into 1. He's going to find 2 there. Pipson and Luzzer will fall, but Jerome there with the trade. Orbital Strike going to get invested into A-Link here, and that's going to force Eccles into the site. He's actually not going to opt to shoot here. This is fantastic.
Nobody
He's going to find 1. Oh my word!
Right. They could have seen him.
My word. They invested the orbital strike and nobody thought anybody would be pushing out from A-Link there, and Eccles picks up the 2 freest operator kills of his life.
I cannot believe that. That is faith in your abilities going awry right there. Calling it down, not even glancing that direction, and just a quick pickup, and you know they're going to regret that one.
That's a heartbreaking round to lose for sure, but yeah, shout out to the observers, by the way. Did a fantastic job already. Caught that one even in a bird's eye view. You got to love that, Matt.
Looks like Soulcast holding up for defense. Everybody's making the push back over towards A right now. Looks like they're starting to creep along at this point, making the full commit off to the side of that. We do have on the other side of it a Cypher trying to go for a touch of a play, but looks like the full commit coming in. Not a lot of defense getting spotted out yet. Finally going to go ahead and connect. Say, okay, there is 1 based off the position at bare minimum. Doing a little bit of a dance around, saying maybe he can buy a little bit more time. Looks like the Sage is going to come back around the other side of A to provide a little bit more support coming back over from defender spawn. It's buying more time for the attackers to stack up, and they just come over in force. But it's going to be Scream doing a nice pickup. He gets taken down off the side of it, but it is just decimation coming out for the attackers. Nowhere to really work, and the defenders pick that one up with ease.
Yeah, really, again, Scream bailing Soulcast out there. He threw the drone out, and as soon as the drone was spotted, used the tailwind to get right up close and personal, but Scream there to hold the line, and that push getting shut down before he even really got going.
Moving into a 7-2 position right now, that's starting to feel a little bit rough. If you're on the side of the Prodigy fandom right now, still capabilities to make it back. Only moving into about the halfway point for the win conditions on the other side. So now starting to see a lineup coming through. Quick taps coming off the very start of this one. Going to go violent as fast as we possibly can in this. Going to go ahead and go with the breach as well to buy a little bit more time. Going from position off the side of it. Does pick up 1 and Scream steps back away from it. Nice defense coming out off of A long.
Now, Law actually going to get himself into garage here. Yeah, not going to find anything just yet, but it's going to bait out the rotation from Prodigy here. And actually, fish123 have a man deep on C long here, and Link might find himself up 1. They get a repeat here. Flashpoint going to come out. He's probably going to fall here. There you go. Trade comes out from Pipson. Now they're going to try and push on. Dark cover sent down a bit further behind them, but you got to worry about the flank there. It's actually going to get found from the backside of defensive spawn here. Cryptics, I'm going to try and back up. There you go. Neural Theft going to get popped out, so all this information going to go over. Scream's going to pop the fault line and the flashpoint, and let's see if they can retake this.
Making the push in for it. It's going to be Scream as the point man on it, trying to go around center boxes back over towards C, but it's been a nice reposition, making their way all the way back down C long. It's going to be very dangerous going for these long shots off, but we're going to go ahead and throw out the cage, see if maybe they can get a little bit more position based off of that. A couple of tap shots going to go through, and Pipson does connect onto Crips. Going to make it a little bit more difficult there. Does get a return shot back over towards him. Scream's trying to bait it out, but it's going to be Breach yet again, making himself known. Steps back away from it. Good shot to pick that one up. Scream's going to clutch this one out, as well as picking up the defuse.
And again, the Rolling Thunder getting invested there to try and deny the defuse coming out, but Scream just backing up perfectly there. Didn't get stunned, just held the angle. That's a really, really clean headshot. Again, expect no less from the man.
All right, 8-2 at this point. It's starting to feel pretty strong back over for Scream and crew. fish123 feeling in a good position at this point. They've got tons of utility to work with. They've got every weapon that they can imagine. Managing to pick up armor galore as well, and it's starting to be a little bit tough. It's starting to get tougher and tougher now for Prodigy to figure out some way to make a play off of this. Every single time they try to find some form of approach, it just backfires in their face. Scream holding back over towards mid yet again. Not going to connect with anything just yet this time, but Eccles going to pick up one on the other side. Still coming in with the op.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point now, Prodigy can kind of just Link's gonna find one with the judge, holding close on double doors. But as I was saying, Prodigy just need to pull something out of the playbook here, go for something aggressive, a fast execute, look for an entry, because when you're 8-2 down, I don't know if this slow play is really going to cut it. Especially the way fish123 are playing here.
Yeah, they're just not giving him room to work with. Eccles connects again, and that's going to be another one picked up by Scream. Just go ahead and polish this one off, shifting it up to 9-2. And at this point, Hypoc, I've got to ask, what do you do? How do you rectify what is going on? You're talking about making a fast push, and I have to agree. The slow, it almost feels like they're nervous to step into any firefight now.
Well, I mean, just the way the fish123 are kind of holding angles. They use, again, that perfect example there, bottom mid, the aftershock goes in. Eccles is ready to hold that in case anybody comes out there. As she ends up being Lazar using the tailwind to try and get away, but Eccles still finds it with the operator. I mean, for me, again, look for a pick, a quick execute or something. Again, Hudson's Fury actually going to get invested off the rip here, and 2 will fall immediately. Soulcast over in a link. That's a free kill, if ever I've seen one. Orbital Strike going to get invested on Suez here, but it's going to force Scream all the way up here, and he's still going to come out on top of that 1v1. So, again, just not sure about the setup here from Prodigy. There's no real direction. They're just kind of allowing way too much time. The information goes over, and fish123 react immediately. Pipson will find Eccles, but Link's there with the flank already, and I think this is going to be the end of that round. It's 10-2 on the half matcher, and that was a defensive showcase from fish123.
Yeah, every single time Prodigy tries to bring something out of the book, specifically whenever they're trying to use that Brimstone ult, it seems to backfire in their face. They pull it out, they think that they have the angle covered, they don't have to look that direction, and suddenly just somebody appears and just unleashes hell upon them. So 10-2 off the scoreline right now. Looks like everybody from the attack is starting to line back over towards mid, but I'm doing a little bit of a glance back over towards C now, as I don't know, every single time they just can't find some type of approach. B readily gets held anytime they start trying to make a play for it. Aggression comes back out from the defenders and catches them in the midpoint, then back off of C long. Every single time they try to step around, long just ends up destroying them because it's not easy to make the push. Lizard just running up and forward saying, if you're not going to make the aggressive play, I'll make it. Gets off a little bit of damage and steps back away from it, but now they have to be very careful as they start trying to go, and they still want to commit to this C long push, and I don't know if that's the play just quite yet. They are going to go ahead and throw out one, so we'll get a little bit of play, but now Pipson's got to get a little bit more on the defense and buy a little bit more time as the reposition's coming back in.
Yeah, now, I mean, they can't just play time on this. They've got a couple of ghosts in hand. Pipson's actually going to find a headshot, but Eccles trades that one out with the ghost. Again, much better at range, and that will be fish123 with a 2-man advantage in the pistol round, and now they can just play time. They know that Prodigy are going to be looking for something here. Again, just lurking. Everyone down on the end of C long. And again, I think this is just a matter of time now, Matt. You can see the way they're playing. They know that Prodigy are going to be getting antsy. They really need this pistol round. Otherwise, you got to assume they're going to get the next one as well, which puts them on 12-2.
Yeah, Chihuahua's going for a little bit of a play around the side of the Sing if maybe he can get a flank off. Could be very careful as it's still a boxed up attack coming back over towards C, and it looks like they do manage to find the approach. They bait it out with patience instead of going for the reposition. You're going to see Jerome trying to hold it out, but now it's going to be all about Law and Chihuahua trying to make the play back around it. The Sage is making the quick play around the outside of it. Chihuahua's got the flank, gonna get spotted out. Spike does go down at the exact same time, so now it's just a Sage versus the world with Neron no tools to work with. What do you do to make an assault along this angle? You just got the pistol trying to spot something out, at least managed to take down one. Now start to make the step around the side of it, going for the window play. Does connect with a couple of shots, does take down a second, so Law is managing to inflict wound upon wound, falls up, makes it a third one. Can you continue on this run? Got to be careful around both sides of the box, spots it out, tries to get a little bit of a tap, but there's too many. Gotta go in their favor, and so the attacker's gonna walk away.
Yeah, again, nice attempt there from Law, but the point where, it's the 2v1, they've got control of sight, pretty easy killings coming out of connector there. And now we're in a weird position here because you got to assume Prodigy should force here because, I mean, they're already on 11 rounds. I think I saw an SMG or two on the side of Prodigy, but fish123 obviously going to try and get this one in the bag now. If they lose the fourth round, obviously they're kind of screwed once it comes to the next. So this is some economic dominance coming out from fish123 if they win this round.
Well, Scream's taking the point back down towards C long again, trying to spot out any of the defenders. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of a reposition off the side.
Ooh.
Does manage to take down Scream. Nice little play coming out from that. Might buy a little bit more time. Really, at this point, it's all about just trying to get every single small victory you can to turn this one. It's getting towards that in-game point, and so they have to make something happen. Prodigy knows everything is stacked up against him. Going around the outside peak for it, but it's just not going out for him.
Yeah, Link finding 2 in Garage there. Could be all that is needed on this round, but still in 3v3, so there's definitely still a chance for the retake here. Wall is going to get destroyed through Garage, and see now Link trying to look for something through Connector. He's only got the Bulldog, but I'm sure if the other guys are still rocking Stingers or Spectres. Just needs to try and take a distance battle here. See the spy cam going to give all the information over, so no peek required, but actually going to burst through there. He's going to fall on the way in. Cryptic will find the trade. Flashpoint comes out. He's going to find 1 on site here, and actually the counter peek coming out from long as well. That's again a bit sketch, but it does get cleaned up in the end.
Well, now it's starting to turn pretty problematic. We're at that stage now at this point. You've got to do anything you can, but I think it's a Herculean task to try to turn this one around. To not be able to drop anything from this point is near on impossible. So now it's just a matter of what can Prodigy do to reset based off of this mentally. Moving into the next set of maps, they have to figure out, okay, how are we going to move forward based off of this? What has been going wrong? What's wrong with our agent selection potentially? Let's try to figure out some type of way to reapproach this, as fish123 is just being a dominant force and just not giving them any space to work with.
No, it's not. And now, obviously, in a weird position with a couple of weapons obviously forced up. They don't want to give everyone another round away. 12-2 now. It's a terrible position to be against any team, let alone fish123. And now Eccles going to look to press it through a Link here. He's already got control of corner. See, Jerome probably going to peek this. Link and Scream will find one. Other will return onto Soulcast, but that gets traded out by Scream. Scream will find his 3rd for the round. Pipson finally shutting him down, but all in a 1v3 on Pipson. And there you go. He's going to get traded out. Fish123 will take Map1 13-2.
Nice plays coming out. Everybody was talking about Scream and agent selection coming out off Sage. Nice performance coming through on that one. But fish123, I got to say, were impressive inside that series.